Yeah, hi guys. Right, good morning to all. Okay, now going further in our DevOps Docker part, right? So we have downloaded our images. Okay, so right now I don't have any images in my machine, and I don't have any containers also over here. Okay, so let me pull some images and let me create some containers. Okay, so I'll say Docker space full space MySQL, and let me pull some images over here. Okay, image is getting down. Okay, so image got downloaded over here, right? So if I check Docker space images, okay, I can see that I have one MySQL image over there, right? And using this image, what I will do is I'll create one container space. Okay, so if you see, I don't have any containers, right? So using this image, let me create one container over here. Okay, so what I'll do over here is Docker space, okay, run space -it hyphen name. Okay, let me call this as Rajesh container. I will use MySQL image and I will give bash to enter inside this container, right? Now if I give enter over here, you will see that container got created, and right now I'm inside my container as well over here. Okay, so container got created successfully, and I'm inside my container as well over here, right? Now in this container, if you check guys, these are the files which are related to MySQL, right? These are MySQL related files. Okay, very good. Now I will create one folder inside this file. I will give mkdir and let me create a folder with name Flipkart inside my container. Okay, and if you give enter over here, and if you press ls and if you check, you can see that Flipkart folder got created inside my container. Okay, so how did I created this folder? I created this folder after going inside my container. Okay, I went inside my container and then I created the folder over here, right? This is a manual way of creating the folders over here guys. I created the container, then I went inside the container, and then I created the folder. Now I want to create this folder without going inside my container. Without going inside my container, I want to create the folder. Okay, so this is an automated way of creating or doing some changes inside your containers. Okay, if you want to do some changes, if you want to create some folders over here, you'll be doing it in an automated way. So that is where your images comes into picture guys. Okay, if I go to, okay, the pane diagram over here, okay, and if I take a pane diagram, so what we are doing over here is, okay, I have one container, right? So I went inside a container and I created a folder over here called as Flipkart over here. Okay, I created one Flipkart directory or Flipkart folder, right? So now what I am trying to tell to you guys is, okay, what if, okay, I want to automate this process without going inside a container. I want to create this folder. So what you can do over here is, you have your image over here, right? Okay, we have our images. Let me give the image symbol with this. Okay, you have your images, right? With the help of images, you are creating your containers, right? So what I'll do is, on your image or on your image file from which you are creating the container, what if I create the Flipkart folder on that image only? If I create that Flipkart folder on that image, and if I use that image for creating the container, that folder will be available on my container only, right? So without going inside my container, I will create my container with Flipkart folder. So this is nothing but, okay, you are customizing the image. So normally if you take any images, like you take MySQL image or any other images, Flipkart folder will be there. It will not be there, right? You have to create that folder, because this is your own folder which you want to create. Okay, so what you will do is, on a normal image, First of all, you will take one normal image or any default image you will take. Okay, and suppose this is a CentOS image. Okay, so in this CentOS image, Flipkart folder will be there. It will not be there normally. So then what we have to do? You have to add Flipkart folder to this image over here. So then this image, what it will become? The second image which is generating over here, it will become your own image. You are creating your own image over here. And you are also setting what are the things which you want inside that image also. And with that image, if you create a container, okay, so this is a normal image, and then what you will do, you will add your Flipkart folder to this image, okay, in this way. And then what will happen, then if you use this image for creating a container, okay, then if I use this image for creating a container, then inside this container Flipkart directory will also come, because in that image itself you have Flipkart content directory. Okay, so it's always better to change your images, to customize your images, because you cannot do so many changes after going inside a container. So it is always best for us, if I do the changes on my images, from that image I can easily create my container. So I no need to go inside my container also. All the changes will apply directly from my images only, right? So normally I did not have any Flipkart folder or Flipkart directory over here. So then what I will do is, okay, let me go back. Okay, let me exit from my container, and what I will do over here is, let me pull CentOS image. Okay, so I'm downloading one CentOS image over here. So this is a default image. This is an image given to me by Docker Hub. Okay, so Docker Hub has given this image for me. So let it. Right. So if I, okay, so if I check Docker space images over here, guys, you can see MySQL image is there, CentOS image is also there, and CentOS image is a plain image, right? So what I will do now is, I will write one Docker script over here, guys, and with the help of a script, you will add your changes to your images. Okay, so we have some standard syntax over here. Using the standard syntax, using the standard script format, we have to add changes to our images. So if you add changes to that images, and then if you use that image, whatever changes you want, it will reflect in your containers, right? So what I will do is, let me change my CentOS image. Okay, so first of all, for doing anything or for doing any changes or for writing your script, you have to open your Docker file. So Docker file is the standard name of your Docker file. Okay, and if you want to do any changes or if you want to write a script for your images, we have to open our Docker file. So in Docker file only we have to write these changes or scripts. We cannot give any other name for our Docker file. Okay, name itself is a Docker file, right? So I'll go inside my Docker file and let me start writing my script over here, guys. And whenever you write your Docker file, always keep in mind, it should start from keyword only. It should start from keyword, and from has to be in capital letters, and whatever I give on left side are the keywords, and keywords should be in capital letters only, in uppercase only. Okay, all those keywords should be in capital letters only. We cannot use small case over here. It has to be in capital letters. And let me write that I want to do the changes on CentOS image. So whichever image you want to do the changes, give that image name over there. Okay, so from CentOS means I want to do some changes on CentOS. Okay, and now let me create a directory over here, guys. So for creating a directory, you have to use run command, which is again a Docker keyword. So from is the keyword, run is the keyword. Okay, like this. Okay, you will see the other keywords as well. So using run keyword, I will be creating my directory over here. And what is the command to create a directory? Okay, I will give -p for permissions, and I want to create one Flipkart directory. You can give any name. I'm giving my directory name as Flipkart. So this Flipkart directory, this Flipkart folder, it will get created on CentOS image. You are doing some changes. On your CentOS image, you are doing some changes over here, and you are adding your Flipkart directory. Okay, so two instructions are given over here. Only two instructions I have given, right? I will save my script over here, right? Escape shift colon WQ, same thing which you did for your index file, right? Now I will give exit, enter means you will come out, and you have did some changes in your Docker file. Okay, now with the help of the changes which you did inside your Docker file, with that you have to create one more image. Right now, how many images I have? CentOS image and MySQL image. I have these two images with me. Now I will create a one more image. Whatever changes you have did in your Docker file, no, taking that instructions, taking that script, it will create one image for us. So for creating an image, you have to give command as docker space build space -t, give your image name. I'll give my image name as Mohan, and then you have to give a dot over here. So whatever instructions which you have written inside your Docker file, those instructions will get executed over here. It will run and it will execute those instructions. And if I give enter over here, one new image will get created. And that new image will have a name as Mohan. And inside that new image, we will have Flipkart folder also. Because in our script, we have written that instruction, right? So I will give enter over here, and you will see that new image got created over here, guys. One new Docker image got created over here. So we have created this image. This is our own image. Okay, we have created this image now. This is our own image, right? So what I'll do now is next, if you check how many images are there, I'll give Docker space images. And if you check, one new image also got created over here. What is the image name? Mohan. This is the same name I have given over here, right? So I have created one new image. And what is the image name? Mohan is image name, and it got created 23 seconds ago. 20 seconds ago, it got created over here. Very good. And you can see that this is the size of my image, 231 MB. Okay. So now using my using Mohan image, I will create one container. Okay. So what I will do over here is I will say docker space run space same creation command. Okay, -it -name. I'll give this container name as C1. What is the image I will use? Mohan image, which is newly created, and I will give bash to enter inside this container. Okay, so what image I'm using over here? Mohan image. This is the new image which I have created over here. Okay, so I'll give enter over here now, and you will see that container will get created over here. And this container got created with Mohan's image. Okay, with the help of Mohan's image, this container got created. Now, if I check ls over here, and if you give enter, you can see that Flipkart folder is also there. So I directly added Flipkart folder to my image itself, guys. I did not create Flipkart folder after going inside this container. Okay, so no need to create any or no need to do any changes after going inside a container. I can add these changes on my Docker file and I can create my own image. So whatever changes which I want according to my requirements, I can add those changes over here. Okay, so if you observe one more thing, normally whenever you go inside a container, guys, you will go inside slash directory, which is nothing but root directory. Actually, whenever you go inside a container, we will go inside our slash directory only, which is our root directory. Now what I want is whenever I go inside a container, I want to go inside Flipkart or any other folders. If you want also you can go. Okay. So whenever I go inside a container, directly I want to be on Flipkart folder. That is the main folder for me. Okay. That is the main working folder for you. Right. I don't want to do again CD Flipkart and I don't want to go like this. Whenever you are inside a container, directly I want to be in my Flipkart directory. Okay. So for this, what I will do is I will give exit from over here. Okay. And now let me again go to my Docker file, and inside my Docker file, I will add one more instruction now over here. Okay. And the one more instruction is work dir. Work dir is the one more new instruction, guys, over here. So whatever instructions and keywords are there, observe guys, I have given in capital letters only. Okay, so work dir is a new instruction which I have given. And I will give slash, and in which directory I want to go? I want to go inside Flipkart directory, right? So write Flipkart over here. Okay, so whenever I go in there, it's nothing but your, I can add this in my image itself only. Okay, now one more instruction I've added over here. So let me save my Docker file. I'll give escape shift colon wq, write and quit. Okay, I will save my Docker file. Okay, now check how many images are there. Okay, 3 images are there. Latest is Mohan image. Okay, now I will create one more image, guys, because I added some changes on my Docker file, right? I did one more change in my Docker file. I'll create one more image. Now what is the command to create the image? Okay, this is an interview question also. The command to create the image is docker space build space -t, and let me give a name to this image as John's image, and I will give a dot for creating the image. Now whatever is there inside your Docker file, it will get executed. With respect to those changes, it will create the image for us. Okay, so I'll give enter over here, and you will see that one more image got created over here successfully. You can check the message over here, successfully build the image, and this is the image. Okay, and if you want to observe actually what is happening over here is step number 1, it pulled CentOS image. Step number 2, it has created Flipkart folder. Step number 3, it has also set up work directory as Flipkart directory. Okay, if you want to closely monitor these things, right? So you can see that it has successfully built our image. Now let me check how many images are there. I will give Docker space images, and you can see one new John image got created over. One new John's image got created over here, guys. Okay, so size is same, and you can see I have created this image around 36 seconds ago. This is the newly created image, right? And using this image, I'll create a container now. Okay, so I will say docker space run space -it hyphen name, and let me give my container name as C2 over here. C2 as my container name. Okay, and then I will use my John image for creating this container, and I will give bash to go inside this container. Okay, so I'm creating a one more C2 container over here using John image and bash to go inside this container. Okay, so if I give enter over here, you will see, and directly I'm on that folder. Okay, directly I'm on my Flipkart folder and Flipkart directory only. I'm not doing any CD Flipkart over. I don't need to do these things also. Directly I will be on my Flipkart folder. Directly I will be available on my Flipkart folder. Right? Okay. Now you have created a folder and directly you are landing on your Flipkart folder also over here, guys. Okay. Now let me tell you guys one more change over here. I will again exit from my container over here. Right, again I will go to my Docker file and I will add one more change over here, guys. Okay, suppose you are running these containers for production environment. Okay, normally we will have 4 or 5 environments, guys. Development environment, testing environment, non-production and production environment. Okay, depends upon your projects and companies, they will give different names. Production environment will be definitely there at the last, high priority environment. Okay, so we can give names to our containers and we can also check in which environment they are running. Okay, so I can directly add that environment name to my image also. So whichever images I'm using for production environment, I can get that name from my container also, if you want to know in which environment they are running. So before that, you have to give that environment name in your Docker file instruction. Okay, so I'll give env, okay, as your environment name, env, which means environment name over here, and I will set the name as name over here, and I will give prod as your environment name. So env is the keyword over here, name is not the keyword. Okay, env in capital letters. So one more new instruction we have added. Okay, so env is the new instruction and I'm giving an environment name over here, right? So again I will save my Docker file. Okay, I will give escape shift colon wq, I will save my Docker file. Okay, and with the help of this Docker file I will create one more image. Okay, and what is the command to create the image? I will say docker space build space -t, and let me give my image name over here as Krish, and then I will give a dot. So one more new image will get created in this environment variable also we have added, right? So I'll give enter over here and you will see, okay, that one more new image also got created over here, guys. One more new image got created successfully over here. Environment name also got added over here, right? Now check how many images are there. So one more new Krish image also got created over here around 16 seconds ago. So using Krish image, I will create one container, guys. Okay, and now I will say docker space run space -it. Okay, and then hyphen name. I'll call this container as C3 container. Okay, 1 second, guys. Okay, yes, guys. So I'm creating a one more container. Container name is C3, and I will use Krish image over here, the new image which I've created, and I will give bash to go inside the container. Okay, docker run command for creating a container. C3 I'm creating using my latest image which is Krish, and I'm going inside my container. Okay, so I'll give enter over here and you will see the container got created. You are inside Flipkart directory also, and let me check in which environment I am running. Okay, so if you give dollar name over here and if you give enter, it will tell you your environment over here as production. Production is your environment name. Production is the environment in which I am running over here. Okay, it will tell you command not found, but you can ignore this and you can see you have entered inside bash and in which environment we are running, production. So we are running it under our production environment. So you can give any environment name, development environment, staging, testing, production. You can give any environment over here. Okay, so what I am doing over here is, guys, I am customizing my image. I am changing my image and after changing the image, okay, I am creating my new images. Okay, so this is the benefit of using Docker over here, because Docker will help you to customize your images also. You can change your images, you can create your own images also. Okay, so you guys, okay, just try to create your own images, guys, the way I have created over here. Okay, so I will be adding few more instructions, a lot more instructions over here. So you guys try to create your own images using these instructions. As of now, we have given 4 instructions over here. So altogether, I will add other instructions also over here. Okay, so there are other few important instructions also which we have to see, and then we'll be using these images. I'll be creating my own images as well. Yes. Okay, so use these instructions, create your own images. If you are having a hands-on on this, then we can create a lot more images also on our own. Okay, in real time, you will create your own images only, guys. You will not use any default image, or you will not use any image from Docker Hub. At least you will do slight changes, or at least minimum. Okay, but changing is definite over there. You will change and then only you will use. Directly you will not get it from Docker Hub, and directly you will not use it for your company purpose. Okay, you will do some change and then only you will use it, right? So at least try to do these changes. We'll be adding a lot more changes also. Okay, I'll show you guys how to do the port number change, and there are some other changes also which we'll be doing. Okay, fine. Then let me just save it. It might look very simple and easy, but try to do it by yourself and try to create the images on your own. Okay, if you're not getting any errors and then you are creating successfully, that's a very good thing for us. Okay, so create your own images, guys. It's very important for us. Okay, fine. Then I'll save the share.